I say, that they can get it across the line. They can cement themselves up in that next round.
Yeah, and we'll see what Sengoku are made of here. Have to reel it back in after a really rough game one.
I like how there's a very bright star next to that Zeri icon. I think it's just coincidence, but
yeah,
I think it's quite apt after how game number one looked.
Conqueror again for Lima seems to be his route of choice on the Zeri.
Now, there's not a lot of setup for this Misfortune. That is one thing I'm noticing.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to have impact on this MF against mobile carries and a Braum. But if you're Yuhi in this game, you're not worried about having impact as much as you're just worried about staying even in this game. If he can stay even, he can give his team a chance.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, ultimately, the side here of Ground Zero with that Braum is going to have a very nice bot lane trade for themselves. Yeah, the MF very strong early game, obviously. His Tien's looking to invade. Kanatu's here, though, to protect his jungler. And actually, it's going to be a winning trade. Going to delay a little bit because one of those Qs... Oh, no!
Wow. Both flashes used in the mid lane. Fido on a sliver of HP.
What happened?
Yeah, usually level 1, the Corki does okay. He trades so well with his E.
Look, landing now on the bot side, too, is Yuhi going to be able to pretty much free hit. Limus, unfortunately, missing out on one of those Qs, auto attacks, whatever you want to see in it. Wow, nice little double up.
And I think I want to see this mid lane just be left in isolation.
Oh, look at that picture-in-picture. Oh my
wow.
God. This is just Jet landing everything. Oh, okay, going aggressive now, level 2. Ignite comes down, but up goes that wall. Kurak going to have to flash away. Double up comes through, but Limus going to be using that E to get away from his support. It's still a very heavy trade and a winning trade for the bot lane of Sengoku. Is now Jet. He gets punished. He gets pushed a little bit here by Fido as he does teleport back to lane. But ultimately, you know, Jet in a very favorable position because now he can teleport and be full. Yeah, hook lands. Kurak puts up that wall once more with a flash forward. And it's Yuhi turning around here in the bot side. Limus going to get rooted up here, and Yuhi looking for another one, but a fantastic E from Limus means that he is not going to go down. But still, it's night and day in this bot lane as Yuhi finds himself at an advantage early on.
Yeah, it's usually the Ground Zero bot lane finding these kills early on. So, well played by the Sengoku. MF is a monster in the laning phase. Zeri not all that strong at this point in the game, and these hooks so accurate. From Gang just lands multiple hooks, and they're able to commit the MF flash to finish off Kurak.
Yeah. Limus is going to feel pretty bad about all things. I think the lane was even slow pushing back to the side of Sengoku, so the recall not coming through, but definitely a frozen wave. Tien trying to trade, but does unfortunately cop a little tower.
No flash on this MF though, Shrimpfire.
Yeah, but Shrimpfire is going to be sighted, so not really too worried, are you, as the spot side?
It's going to be seen recalling on Vision. That's going to be a double crab for Elim.
Yeah, if he goes for it, he might just choose the tempo play and recall, but no, LCK junglers, they do like their farm. Actually looking aggressively. I mean, Fido does not have flash, and he is getting...
Has no way back into this lane.
He's getting so zoned and going to have to go the long way. The road less traveled. Actually sitting in this bush.
Yeah, protecting his jungler's crab, maybe. As, yeah, that is the wrong way to mid lane.
Yeah, Alum can't get it. The priority that exists in that top side, as well as just, in a way, Fido not being able to get back to his lane, benefiting Shrimpfire.
Yeah, we'll see if he fishes for anything. Decides to just take a much delayed recall, so you were right with maybe just going for the tempo being the wiser choice there. But bot lane looks like it will be okay for Ground Zero. A kill on the Braum isn't the end of the world, but
you getting confidence back, I think, might be the big thing, more so than the gold, because you would have had your confidence shattered after how poorly...
That was a miserable game.
Yeah, how poorly last game went. Even like you started off the game, and I was saying this during the break to Low here, is that, you know, many times you watch Jin and they can miss the ultimate, you know, pull out the curtain call, miss a few of those shots. Not very often do you see the curtain call activation miss.
Yeah, you don't see, that's not what we mean when we say someone's missed a Jin ult usually. Ulted in the wrong direction. Being able to get this BF sword recall on MF is such a big deal, and usually just means you're going to have a good game for yourself. As long as you can first recall for a BF sword. Gang in the mid lane, going back to the well. Fido, no flash. Very low HP under his tower.
Yeah, I mean, Jet with complete dominance here in this lane.
Flash up. for the Nautilus. If Jet can cleanly get this wave, and it could get very scary for Fido.
I think Gang may be spending a little bit too much time here, but ultimately it is Yuhi who feels very safe in that bot lane, right? You have Kurak on the Braum, which is a great counter to the Nautilus, but not a great punisher in that 2v1. So I think while they weren't able to find an angle onto Fido, it is still Jet with absolute control here. And honestly, maybe just protecting Jet so he can't be ganked while he is trying to get this wave crashed is more important. But Gang going to look for a hook, and Churnfire is waiting here in the bush. This is going to be a kill back 100%, but who's the one to pick it up? Well, the flash come through. Lemus is going to match there, and wow, what a trade back, but it is the kill for Lemus, and that's the guy you want that gold on.
Yeah, being able to catch this massive wave if you're ground zero. I'm kind of shocked that Elim just isn't here to make sure his bot lane can crash such a big wave and even look for a dive with how ahead they are, but...
Oh, but Fido's in a miserable position. Culling's available. He has to be very careful. No flash here for this Corki, and he's not going to be able to pick up that CS, and it is almost a 20, and it will be a 20 CS advantage after this wave is crashed by Jet.
And this makes the approach to the previous game just even more puzzling from Sengoku. If Jet is this cracked in the mid lane, he's just getting advantages on his own without any resources committed to him. Elim is going to pick up the Void Grubs as his first impact on this game, really.
Does he go for the third one? He probably should. Although Shunfire's coming here, maybe going to be able to take away this. I think ultimately you don't really care. You got two of them, you got the Scuttle Crab, all good. Let Shunfire get one of them, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, you like the Void Grubs for Lucian maybe later on in the side lane, but ultimately not going to decide this game, especially since you got two yourself already. So Elim should be looking to get his ulti off and make a play now. This mid and bot lane especially are so volatile right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at the damage. Look at the items in mid lane.
I mean, look at the CS.
Yeah.
He is just kind of outclassing so far in this series.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are supposed to be up in this matchup. The Cassante not really got that threat on the Renekton until you do hit level 6. And so it does make sense that the Renekton's up this stage of the game, but Fido is just staying around too long. And I think this is the thing, right? Generally, we see at this stage of the game, the Corki just playing very, very safe, waiting till you do get those plated steel caps online, because you cannot match up to the straight up burst damage that comes through here from this Lucian. And we're really seeing it colorized on our screens.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure what Fido did wrong this game. We'd have to watch.
Oh, it was just that level 1. He just got hit by a couple of Qs, and then Jet hits level 2, immediately ease on his face. Actually, he didn't even hit level 2, sorry. It was just a straight flash.
Yeah, flash Q auto.
Yeah.
Almost kills him there on the spot. Doesn't die, but, I mean, he's just so far behind.
Yeah, it almost feels like the death would have been better, right? Because the tempo you lost. He then came back to lane with teleport and took a trade that did go in his favor, but the important part was that Jet had yet to teleport. So he was able to come back to lane full HP, and because of the trade that did occur, Fido was just down half a HP bar.
And that might just be Blade of the Ruined King on the solution. He's foregone the Cull or Boots.
Yeah, very far ahead. Even with 10. And especially at this stage of the game, you would tout Renekton as the stronger champion.
Yeah, Ground Zero eyeing up this dragon for now.
They're going to know where Elim is. I think Kurak should be able to find him, but the hook lands here, and have a look at this seismic shove. It is a nice ult coming out of this MF, and I mean, Kurak is unfortunately just going to be found there. Jet did commit this teleport bot, so this frees up a little bit of time here for Fido. Much needed time to get some gold.
Yeah, gets a plate.
But the objective will be going over, and the kill as well, to Sengoku.
Yeah, that MF ult was incredible from Yuhi. The Braum gets shoved out from in front of his teammates, and it lets Yuhi just completely zone the entire backline of Ground Zero.
Oh, Jet now coming back to lane, but Fido actually trading pretty well here, but yeah, there it is, the extended trade. Just staying 1-2 seconds too long lets Jet actually get the better end of it, and with the Vamp Scepter is going to be able to heal up.
Yeah, complete domination in the mid lane for Jet. Complete domination in the bot lane, surprisingly from the side of SoftBank. SG, sorry. Really only Thean having a good time up here in the top lane.
Yeah.
And it might be at the point where Shrimpfire just has to try break the game through top. This is his only lane with agency, really.
Yeah, or Tien has to try and find, when this teleport comes up, a way to support his bot lane. Because honestly, Lemus is doing fine. Obviously, with that kill, he hasn't gone down. He's staying even in farm and will scale very well. just how much time will you have to scale? Because this Lucian is very accelerated.
Yeah, should be recoiling for his blade any minute now. Still doesn't have it. He's had all the components for it for so long. I'm surprised he hasn't been able to finish it.
Played steel caps now for Fido, so that will help him out in those trades. But kind of as you touched on, this Blade of the Ruined King is all but finished. And when it does come through, once again, it's going to be Jet with a very sizable advantage in those trades.
Yeah, it was Elm first to finish his item, and now Thean has picked up one for himself too.
Yeah, Jet trading aggressively, and while this trade's even, again, it's the Vamp Scepter that Jet has in inventory that's going to really turn that on its head.
Yeah, and it feels a lot worse to be grouping around your mid laner when he's losing versus Sengoku, who get to group around this extremely strong priority Lucian, freeing them up to walk through mid and go to these Void Grubs.
Well, we've got a 5v5 on the cards here.
Lemus is coming. MF is not.
I think just Sengoku give these. Just we saw last game the impact an AD carry can have if you are willing to forego this one objective and give them a bunch of gold. Because yeah, I think this is a wise decision from Sengoku. You're going to give over these Krugs. This isn't a game that should be won in the side lanes.
Yeah, and I really hate that MF is walking up.
Yeah,
right now, I do not understand why he's not hitting the tower.
Yeah, look, this objective is all but done. I mean,
Hook
Hook
on.
lands, we're going aggressive, and wow, Kurak has been completely exploded now. With the depth charge coming through, Lemus is going to see no more play, and the culling is fantastic. And now Yuhi's coming up, maybe justifying why. Nice damage coming through from Fido, but Yuhi is completely untouched. And yeah, I mean, useless roam out of this misfortune. They do manage to pick up a kill there onto Kurak, but we could have got a bunch of plates in the bot lane.
Yeah, actually, a plate just died to the creeps and went to thin air there. Yuhi showed up to just auto and Q, and these are the kind of macro mistakes we saw last game from SG. That will let Ground Zero get back into this game.
Yeah, Blade of the Ruined King and Bloodthirster now purchased for these AD carries on the side of Sengoku. I imagine Lemus not too far away from that static shift, but yet to pick it up means that, once again, Yuhi is going to be stronger in that isolated 1v1 down the bot side. And of course, I mean, it needs not be said that Jet is significantly stronger than Fido at this stage of the game. Now, Fido, he's power trothing. He will get his Triforce eventually. He will be quite strong then. And when he gets the Mirror Mana with the poke that can come through from this Corki, you would have to actually favor him.
Yeah, being ahead with double lifesteal carries as well is just so oppressive to play against.
Yeah.
Because you're doing less damage and they're healing it back up. And Kurak is just getting punished this game. He's...
Oh my lord. Yeah, that's the power of misfortune. If you get that double up, it's going to hurt.
Does Lemus have a static shiv? I'm assuming he does.
Yeah, you'd hope so. It's not that much. I think it's like 400 gold after you pick up these components.
But that is going to be another plate going over to the bot lane of SG.
Now, I mean, Jet has to be careful. Kurak here, but I mean, look at these trades. Yeah, Kurak's going to be here, but so is Elam.
Yeah, Kurak has to actually be careful.
Up goes that Braum Wall and takes a chunk of HP away from that Braum Will Jet.
Yeah, it's never a good sign on Corki when you have to build the Heartbound axe instead of the Phage. That always feels horrible.
Oh, we've missed our Pathmaker. That's probably not supposed to happen, but we land the harder of the two abilities. So, I mean, I'm perplexed, I guess, in that interaction.
Yeah, Thean has at least managed to give his team, just a strong side somewhere on the map. And gotten himself a massive lead. Is just going to take this top tower if left to his own.
But he's roaming down, maybe. I know he's going to stay up there. I don't know. I think he should probably roam down.
Yeah, he needs to have an impact on this game sooner.
He's going to be up in gold anyway. This tower take is not going to change much in that Cassante versus Renekton instance, but a lot of damage from Schönfire. The Seismic Charge does connect on him though, as does the depth charge. Kurak putting up that wall is going to find a lot of value in the flash forward from Tien. He's found his way onto Yuhi. That's very fed. MF is not as fed as this Renekton, but it's going to be the turnaround potentially all out now through from Kanato, when he finds 2 kills, flashes away, but Fighto's now with the damage as Jet getting aggressive, not able to find anything as he's stunned up, and Lemus will survive and take the kill, and it's Ground Zero who come out on top.
Yeah, Ground Zero just outplay. They had no business winning that fight, but they get Thean into the fight, and it's actually Schönfire who started that fight, finding an insane engage. And the 2 carries are the ones who survive on the side of Ground Zero and get all that gold. And yes, just Schönfire opens with the ulti here. Impressive play by him, and then Kurak pops his ulti here, and this time around, Yuhi is just all too happy to throw it into the Braum ulti, loses his flash on the MF, and then gets taken down by this incredibly strong Renekton. Jet also just finds himself completely out of position with this flash onto Limus. Not able to finish Limus off, just kited out and has the Braum passive procced onto him.
Yeah, well done by Limus there to stay alive and keep offering so much damage in that fight. Now TN being looked at. Dominus not quite available. Here comes that Weaver's Wall. Here comes Gang. Here comes Jet. And here comes Kanatu. This Renekton will be going down. It's just a matter of time, and Jet's going to be able to pick up that kill for himself. Fighto, though, will be able to pick up that top lane tower in the meanwhile, and a nice dodge on that Winter's Bite from Yuhi means he's not going to get tagged up, not going to get dove.
Limus a little bit low, has to be careful.
Yeah, top tower, first tower of the game, I believe.
Yeah.
Picked up there, but it is going to be answered back in the bot side, and the Dragon, second Dragon of the game.
Yeah, Fido really benefiting from how well Theon's played his lane. Gets to pick up this first tower, farm a couple more waves. Jet will take a tower to trade, and Shermfire grabs the Rift Herald.
Yeah, so even trades across the map there. I guess other than the kill.
Yeah, it's just the Rift Herald for a kill, so...
This ground zero up in gold, though. You wouldn't have thought it, but, you know, a lot of gold coming back in that team fight. Both carries picking up 2 for themselves. Actually, I guess 1 for Limus. He already had that 1 kill, but 2 for Fido, I think, is the important thing, as he was quite far behind the strength of the Lucian. Now he does have his Triforce. He's getting close to getting that Mirror Mana.
Yeah, and that has to...
Oh, my God.
That has to be frustrating for Jet, as the second game in a row now, Fido just has no business being in this game, but is. And is even just looking strong. Kanatu running at Theon.
Yeah, 10 going to pop that Crab Rave emoji and get himself out. Does have the support here, though, and Gang going to watch this Renekton run away and...
Yeah, just focusing on this Renekton or SG.
Yeah, I mean, everyone else off the map. So Tien has to just... Probably should have reset with his team, maybe, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to our tempo on the side of Ground Zero. I guess Bedoink is... Sorry, Fido is taking the bot tower. Not going to get it on this wave. But no one's anywhere near stopping him. No TP's up, so another trade. Tempo wasn't as bad as I thought.
There it goes. So, still Ground Zero. You know, trading evenly across the map as Fido does get himself yet another objective. Now, the game will get hard, I think, though, for Ground Zero if Shermfire is ever found, because this Cassante is very hard to take down. As Rift Shield going to be able to claim that mid tower, and that's just more objectives, more gold here for the side of Ground Zero.
Yeah, Ground Zero find themselves somehow approaching 2k gold ahead.
I like Yuhi's build. He's going for IE second. I think that Essence Reaver item's a little fraudulent.
Yeah, unnecessary. This time around, I don't know if I agree with the Runans on the Zeri. Doesn't seem as good.
Yeah, I think it's not the greatest Runan's game. Probably could have just been the shield bow. But we'll see. I mean, you know, it's hard to doubt Limus after how he looked in game 1.
Yeah. We have faith in Limus.
Ocean Soul as well. Should be said. Obviously going to be very good for Gang and Kanatu specifically if the side of Sengoku get it. But similarly, Kurak and Tien will benefit a lot off it as well for the side of Ground Zero.
I think if you're Sengoku, you avoid fighting like the plague right now. If you look at their carry items...
Oh, Limus! Just too damn quick with it, and now teleport coming through. The Glacial Fissure does go wide. Gang, though, he doesn't have access to that flash after using it there, but it's a fantastic shove coming through from Alum, and we have missed our misfortune yet again here as Yuhi is not really playing how you'd like, and Fido on the top side just fighting that kill onto Jet. Looks like an isolation. Probably a little bit of damage coming through from that brand, but I mean, that has to be said, right? That misfortune ult kind of just threw the team fight.
Yeah, and I was in the middle of saying you should not fight because you've got components on your Lucian and MF versus full completed items on the Corki Zeri. And as I'm saying it, Gang just flashes in.
It just sends it.
Yeah, this is just
it looks different if he lands this. If he lands that hook, it does look different.
Yeah, what a reaction from Limus. And still, it felt like Sengoku should probably be able to get out here.
This ult, though.
This poke damage that they're landing is just so irrelevant.
There's no way.
And Jet just finds himself stuck against Corki on a massive spike for the Corki. He had Mirror Mana Triforce at the time.
I didn't bring it up, but that fight before as well, that Sengoku lost, Yuhi used his ult kind of sideways. Like, he could have just covered the entire choke and said it went sort of over the wall. And just there again, could have had a really, really 1v9 misfortune ult, really, because everyone was clumped in the same area, and he kind of used it on a 90-degree angle to where they were and just kind of whiffs.
Yeah, just bizarre. Bizarre, really unexpected mistakes.
Yeah, this isn't like, you know, the sort of... you can't even put it down to pressure. It's just, you know, you put your mouse somewhere, press R, and it fires off.
So... Ground Zero standing around this Baron. I don't think they're really realistically going to hit it, as Shrimpfire is going back for his patented brand build now.
Yeah. As now Yuhi importantly picks up that IE. If he is able to find the correct angle on one of these ults at any stage of this series, it has to be now.
Yep. The spikes are a bit closer in terms of the carries now. Elam actually ahead of his counterpart, and Sengoku want to fight here.
Yeah, but I mean, Shrimpfire, while down in items, in theory, it is just a brand. You know, it's so much easier to have effectiveness in a fight than Alan. Now, admittedly, Alan does very well. Now, watch 10. 10 on the flank here. Gang is going to get caught up. Kurak as well, very low. Kanatu doing a very good job to try and stop this Renekton from getting in, but 10's going to find his way in anyway. Now, Yuhi does find one kill. I'm not exactly sure where it was. As Kanatu getting very, very low, does manage to get out with that movement, and Shrimpfire has to be careful. Yuhi still does have that ult here on the MF. It is going to be a 3v4 here, as Sengoku are going to try and defend, possibly. I mean, teleport now still available for this Cassante. Alum very low, though. And it seems like maybe we are going to just have to give this Dragon as Ground Zero once again, just a superior team fighting, giving them another lead.
Yeah, and Thien is just looking like a monster in these fights. He's showing up with one item on this Renekton, getting on the backline and just burning MF flashes and Talia flashes out of nowhere.
It is going to be that Dragon taken down, so they do stop the stacking from Sengoku for at least 5 minutes. They're ahead in the game, Ground Zero. They're looking good. Team fighting like that, if they continue to be able to find those, if Tien finds himself on that flank to play Disruptor, should bode well for them. Jet as well, such a strong start to this game now, just falling behind. 1 and 3 from what was an impeccable start.
Yeah, just a lane kingdom in the mid lane, and has just thrown his lead, dying too much. Just some ill-advised plays from Sengoku. Now down a flash on their Misfortune, and Talia, very vulnerable champion.
Yeah, and it's a Warmogs versus no Warmogs too, so even in that support position, and Kurak, you know, the start of this game, extremely rough for him too, but truly being able to come back is 10 wise to what could potentially be happening. He's going to pop that Dominus and just going to be able to back out now either side of Sengoku. Is this Baron going to be started up? Now, importantly, if Sengoku can back off, there's teleport available for Jet, there's teleport available for this Cassante, and ultimately a Weaver's Wall that can come through from Alum. He's going to use it. He's going to use it just to get here to the fight, and he will be able to get there. 2,000 HP. Through comes that ultimate from the Misfortune. They are able to take out Kurak. They do a lot of damage to Shrimpfire, but they're not able to find any follow-up, as it is that Baron secured. On the other side of the fight, though, Kanatu knows this Renekton doesn't have ult. He's gone aggressive with that all out. He's able to flash away this Blast Cone, though, from Tien. Much too clean with it. Is able to get out. Now Lemus is just kind of sitting here, maybe looking for a team fight. Kanatu now getting looked at by Fido. Fido loses that teleport. Have to be careful here as Lemus. Shrimpfire going to go golden, and teleport coming through here. And down will go Shrimpfire. Jet getting aggressive. He's going over that wall. 10 kind of just teleporting in and left there standing still. That's a teleport down. They do have the Baron. 3 members will have that objective still around that buff.
Yeah, and it's getting a little bit messy now. Ground Zero aren't going to get to do maybe as much as they'd like with this Baron, though. Lemus is pushing up mid. He's alone. We'll be able to take away these Raptors from Elam, who is just 4-0 and 4. Yeah, good trade on this mid-tier 2 by Sengoku. Shrimpfire way overcommitted to try defend this. Maybe thought his teammates could show up, but Fido has commit his TP in the bot lane to kill this Cassante, and cannot come to help.
Yeah, and so while, you know, some members of the side of Ground Zero do go down, it's ultimately their carries that sit 4-0-3 and 3-0-3 respectively, and almost going to be able to pick up that IE now as Fido, who is finding himself in a very, very favorable position. Now Gang going to get hit by that Winter's Bite as Kurak knocked up with that Seismic Shove, but ultimately the wall up is going to feel pretty good. Oh my god, he's very low. Yuhi finding the right position to be in, but now Warmog's passive going to activate, and Kurak doesn't even feel it.
Yeah, Yuhi still does a lot of damage to Kurak.
Yeah, working towards a LDR as well.
Yeah, not weak by any means on this MF. One big MF ult can turn these games around. especially if we're fighting in the
how
jungle.
cool is Warmogs? Correct, back to full HP. Gets punished for a mistake and then doesn't. Now, Baron buff available. 50 seconds. Ultimately, after some mistakes after picking up that Baron, the Ground Zero haven't been able to find themselves any objectives just yet, but still, you know, one more wave can come through after the ones that just crashed. What is Alum doing? Alum is cooking.
Yeah, looking for a crazy Weaver's Wall.
Trying to cook up a Katsu Don now is Alum.
Maybe just cutting the way.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall. Lemus, how's he going to get out here? So, he's going to get stunned up, but the seismic shove not in range. Jet's still going aggressive, though. Going very aggressive, and what on earth did I just witness? Alum now, he's stuck. He's not got a way out. Flash forward from Fido. Didn't really need that, but is going to be eventually able to find the kill. Alum actually trading back a lot of damage, and
and Ground Zero completely frustrated.
Kurek going to be able to block up the majority of that bullet time, but I think maybe enough was done from Yuhi to stop anything forward, but that's a fantastic glacial fissure as Lehman comes flying over this wall, and it's another kill that goes down. It is traded back, and that lightning crash will be able to pick up one more kill. Now it's only Kanatu from kind of nothing to be the last remaining member of Sengoku with all the defense to put up. There's so much time left. No Baron, though, so not likely to be able to end this game, but certainly going to be able to pick up this inhibitor as Jet will respawn. What did I just witness?
Yeah, you just saw Lucian engage, I think, with his face. I think you just had to call off the play, and honestly, this could have been looked at as a success by Sengoku. Once you've chucked Lemus like this, the siege is over and they're not going to get anything out of their Baron. That is just crazy from Jet.
Alum does his absolute best here too.
Yeah. Alum is playing well on the Talia. Maybe not as much impact as you would have liked in the early game out of him, but you know, his score is fine and he's doing well. These MF ults have just not had that much impact this game since the very first one.
He just roundly gets hit there by the flame pillar.
Yeah, just goes down. Lima still has his ulti up. Never even really close to being in danger or going down.
Now, second dragon of the game should be picked up here for Ground Zero. They are now evening up that dragon score as they find themselves with a 7k gold advantage. And Sengoku, I mean, we've said it how many times now, backs against the wall and down this much gold after what was a superb start to the game. Does not bode well for your chances. That is one thing I'm completely certain about. Now, the side of Ground Zero, it seems like they are just maybe playing with so much vision that it has been kind of impossible for Kanatu to find a way in this game, right? Because we've seen Tien find these teleport flanks, but nothing of the sorts.
Yeah, I mean, in one of those mid lane fights, Kanatu spent the whole fight trying to peel this Renekton off his carries.
Yeah.
Tien still just burns both their flashes and gets out of the fight without dying. You know, a bit of a hero, silent hero maybe. Not an impressive score from Tien at all, but he's outlaned his opponent and just outperformed in team fights too, in both games.
Completely agree. The game is far from over. You still have to get this one done. Yuhi, while, you know, should be a very, very dominant factor in this game, has kind of whiffed on those misfortune ults, leading to not the most impact, but he now has that Alial finish. He's going to be burning through anyone's health if he finds a good time and good placed ultimate. Lemus, on the other hand, though, 4 items completed as he does recall, picks up that Bloodthirster. And once again, he's in a position to get this game across the line. Fido getting close to that rapid fire cannon where we see Corky's truly take over the game.
And honestly, just impressive resolve in this game from Ground Zero with how badly the early game started. Sengoku maybe looking here.
Looking aggressive. Winter Spike connects there onto Kanadu. 10. Teleport flank again. Colin coming out. It's going to be blocked up there by that ultimate, or the wall, sorry, from Kurek. Not going to find all that amount of damage, but importantly, it is a big cooldown to be down against the Misfortune. As Sengoku is still looking aggressively. They know where Tien is, obviously, as he's cutting that wave, and Jet tries to do the same here, but a few minions escape. There's 4 minions now headed into that base of Sengoku. Shunfai getting aggressive, does get caught up there by one of those missiles. And talk about missiles, that ult! And Shunfai somehow finds a stun on Yuhi, but they're not able to capitalize just yet. Through comes the bullet time, and that's what I'm talking about for Sengoku. But Tien is not done. There's 2 found, and it's going to be Fido finding a third. Jet running for his little life. He's trying to get these resets on that relentless pursuit. He should have another one, but it's going to be Faito finding the kill. And now Alan with all of it to do. Faito teleporting in. Weaver's Wall coming through here for that Talia as he finds Faito, and maybe Faito found in a wrong position, but no, he is just too damn good. This will be the game. There's no respawns to come through. And Ground Zero, I'll be damned, have taken down the LJL third seed for a second playoffs in a row.
Taking them down and made it just look easy. Fido bounces back in this game like he had no troubles in lane at all. Shermfire spent this whole game engaging on Brand as it's only this Nautilus alive, and yeah, Nexus goes down.
What an immaculate team fight. It looked so rough. That bullet time was shredding through those health bars, but as it all started off, Shermfire finds the flash stun, commits his life, gets Yuhi eliminated out of that fight very early on. He able to get the ultimate off, but he's 1 HP. He gets immediately taken out by Faito, who just takes the team fight into his hands alongside TN, gets it done, teleports in, outplays Alum, and takes out the game. And Ground Zero, they're moving on.
Yeah, and looking strong too. Unfortunately, we will be saying bye to Sengoku. They will be our second team eliminated now, I believe.
And Oceania will not be silenced.
Yeah, raise your koalas.
They are now the only region in NL playoffs that have not had a team eliminated. So possibly, if you look at it that way, they are the strongest region here in the PCS.
Yeah.
100% representation still exists, whereas the LJL and the PCS have lost West Point, and now, unfortunately, with that game, have lost Sengoku as well. We do have to bid a farewell there. But what a performance out of these guys. You have to be happy. You know, Series 1, it was a massive game out of Lemus. They got it across the line and fell short after that. This game, you know, it started off rough. Faito just getting dominated by Jet there in the mid lane, turning it around, and just MVP performance out of him after that lane phase. Just completely 1v9ing that last fight, and all credit is due there.
Bot lane just getting solo killed on repeat as well. But Shermfire finds a good play in the bot lane to be very patient and repeat that gank he made through the lane to get his lanes back, his bot lane back into it at least, but they were still behind bot lane.